Good afternoon, good morning, everyone, depending on where you're calling in from. I'm Maggie Abdullah with Bennett Mercado Hospitality, and I am happy to invite you to join and say hello to our presenter today, Danae with Travel Beyond Wellness, the CEO and founder. She is our Greece partner, and she is this is her second webinar that we've done. The first one, Let's Talk Greek, the first version. We're happy to, I'll share with follow-up again, just so you have access to it if you weren't able to join us or have not viewed it yet. But Danae is happily sharing with us Let's Talk Greek #2, because there were so many questions and it was so interesting. And let's face it, Greece is still very, very hot.
Yes, it
So
is.
let's find out from Danae what's new for 2023 and what she suggests. But before I turn it over to her, I always like to just do a couple housekeeping items. We have the chat. You can feel free to put questions in there for Danae as we go along. And if it seems to be something we can interrupt her, I'll ask a question, or we can wait to the end. If we don't happen to get to your question because of just time, we're going to try and keep this 20 to 30 minutes just because we know we're all busy. We will be happy to answer it offline. And I will be sending a follow-up of everything so that you can watch it on demand and also share it with colleagues that weren't able to join us. So with all that said, welcome, Danae. Thank you for calling in this evening in Greece
for having
and
me.
joining us.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. I'm Danae from Travel Beyond Wellness, as Maggie just explained. And today we're going to talk about the travel trends for 2023, which I think some destinations are really starting to get more popular every year. So briefly, we'll talk about a bit about our services and who we are. Let me close my camera because I have this on. Is this fine? Okay.
Looks good, Danae.
All right. So again, we're a boutique DMC specializing in luxury and authentic travel services in Greece. And basically, we are a small agency. Our agency opened up, this is the third year operating. And I've been in the travel industry since 1998. So it's been quite a while. So I decided to open up my own agency because I did a lot of concierge. So I was in the middle working with clients and the travel agents. And this brought me in a position where I knew what clients wanted. I met all the suppliers, and with us, it's very personal. We get to meet our agents. We have a quick turnaround, and we offer unique experiences, and of course, more islands, because I think that there are a lot of places in Greece that have a lot to offer, and they're not only the typical Mykonos and Santorini. And of course, we have a Facebook group called Let's Talk Greek, and we focus on educating our advisors. At the moment, we're kind of slow because there's a huge workload at the moment. So we're kind of slow, but back in November, we're going to start running again. And one service we're very proud of is that we actually monitor all the services while clients travel. This is something we're very proud of, because basically we're on top of things and we make sure that everything runs smoothly. And that's something, extremely valuable. Let me put on my glasses, I see. Okay. So just to be quick, our steps is basically you send us all the information you have for your clients, and we start building itineraries based on their feedback. Everything is customized. Once we agree on a booking, we need a 20% deposit to guarantee the booking. Our concierge is always on the loop, and the concierge service, they communicate with the agents about 2 months prior to travel. We send you all our recommendations for dinners. We do this for you. Clients get the 24/7 phone and easy access with their personal assistant. And we monitor everything basically. So again, special perks along the way, special gifts and notes from the agent is, something that we always do. And again, this is our Facebook group, Let's Talk Greek. We educate advisors. We showcase, different destinations in Greece, services, things that, travelers can experience while in the country. So again, with this, we'll just go pretty quickly. Greece is known for obviously the sun, the beach, the food, the good wine, history, everything. And the most popular islands are Mykonos and Santorini. But here we're to talk about something new and more destinations that clients can actually experience. A lot of times I have the same question about a ballpark price on high season in Greece. For a full service, you should estimate about 500 euros per person per night. This is a ballpark rate on high season for a full service traveling Greece. Another thing that's super important, a lot of people know this, other agents don't, not all the islands connect with each other. And Greece, although it may be a small country, but it has a lot of, things that, some details that not everyone knows. There are 7 to 9 island groups, and it's always best to stick with the same island group because they don't connect by ferry. For example, if someone wants to go to Mykonos and Corfu, there's no ferry that connects these two islands. They would have to go via Athens and then another flight to Corfu or vice versa. And basically they may waste a full day. Not all the islands have airports, so this is important to know. Major islands like Mykonos, Santorini, Rhodes, Paros, Naxos, they do have airports, but not all of them do. They connect by ferry from Piraeus. So travel trends. Now I was working last night and I actually realized, I was looking on my bookings for 2023 and I realized that I have so many islands that are new to people, in the sense that I stopped doing a lot of Mykonos, Santorini and the classics. And I see, to my surprise, and I was very happy, I had a lot of other islands that people are interested in. I want to share these new itineraries with you and what I think is going to be a trend for 2023. So I designed another itinerary for the Aeonian Islands, and this is actually starting to roll, and it's getting popular with the Americans. So Ionian Islands, these islands are on the west side of Greece. Okay, they're right next to Italy. As you can see here, there's a map, not all of Greece. These are the Ionian Islands. I don't know if you can see my cursor, Maggie. So this itinerary, which is one of my favorites, I already sold a couple for 2023 and for 2022, and the feedback was amazing, and I want to share this with you. So what's so special about the Ionian Islands? All right, they're on the western side next to Italy. Now these islands don't have the white and blue, but they do have, the Ionian Islands are like the Caribbean of Greece. Okay, they have the crystal clear blue waters, like you can see right here. Lush greenery. They have, they're very influenced by Italians, and they have the Venetian style. And with Greek culture, all this, is just a perfect experience to offer to your clients. Now, because I love all of the islands, and everyone knows it's not a secret, they're one of my favorite islands, I wanted the clients to get the full experience of the Ionian Islands. Now, as you can see here, the two most popular islands in this part of Greece is Zakynthos right here and Corfu. So basically these two islands have airports, which is good for us. So how you connect these destinations is by flight to Zakynthos or Corfu, either way. But I started with Zakynthos, and then you stay here 3 to 5 days. I say 3 minimum, because there's a lot of things to see and do here. So a minimum of 3 nights in Zante, and then a 3-day cruise to Kefalonia, Ithaca, Lefkada, Paxi, and then 3 last nights in Corfu, end the trip and go back to Athens. Or you can, just connect with Athens, stay in Athens, and then, follow other islands. But this is a wonderful experience, 9 days, and it's pretty amazing. One of the best things. Okay, who is this for? Let's start with that. This is for pretty much everyone. It's ideal for families. It's ideal for honeymooners. And in my opinion, Zante and this property over here, which is basically new, Zante has a lot of amazing properties for your luxury traveler. This is one of my favorites. It's called Porto Zante, opened its doors this year. It's phenomenal. Basically it's a complex of villas facing the beach, very personalized with amazing restaurants and the spa. It's for your upper class clients, but it's really worth the visit. And there's a lot of things to do over here. You've got the eco-friendly Turtle Island and Kerry Caves. You've got the shipwreck, the Blue Caves. There's a lot of things to do in this part of Greece, and the olive culture. It pretty much has everything. So this is
Danae,
one.
can I just interrupt you for just a second?
Absolutely.
We got a quick question before we move on. What is the property you're speaking of?
This is Porto Zante. This is Porto Zante.
Okay, somebody just wanted a clarification.
Yeah, it's a complex of villas facing the beach. It's a beachfront. It's absolutely amazing, and I'm actually visiting this next May, so I'll give you all the feedback there. But I've sent clients and they were dazzled by this property. So I'm moving forward. Another place, Crete. So Crete. First of all, I'm from Crete, all right? So Crete is one of the most beautiful islands. This is the map of Greece. And Crete is down here, if you can see. This is the largest island in Greece. So Crete, pretty much you can stay in the island for a month and actually not see everything. That's how large it is. And what happens is that a lot of people just, go there for 3-5 days and that's it. I think that depending on the client and what they need, Crete is ideal for everyone. And I would offer a vacation of, staying in Crete for like 10 days minimum, because the diversity of this island is amazing. So Crete is divided in 4 prefectures. Okay, one is Chania over here, which is perfect for honeymooners. Over here, you've got Rethymnon. Over here, you've got Heraklion, which has the airport as well, and the port. And here you've got Lasithi. Lasithi is filled with amazing resorts, 5 stars, absolutely amazing. Chania has resorts as well, and a lot of boutique properties. And if you have a more budget client, you can send them to Chania as well. But over here, you've got more of the high-end resorts and Heraklion as well. So this itinerary that I have, and we can share these after, Maggie, as well with the, agents that are interested on having something on their portfolio and sharing with their clients. I think it's a fascinating experience. You actually have to see the itinerary to understand. I suggest 5 nights staying in Chania. Chania also has an airport. Doesn't have so many frequent flights, but it does have an airport. Otherwise, you can drive. It's a 2-hour drive to go to Heraklion Airport, but a lot of people do it and it's not a problem. So Crete is full of history. One of the most famous, monuments, like the Kunosos Palace, which is one of the best monuments in Greece. Crete is famous for the food, the olive oil. It's very famous and perfect for the active travelers. We have the Gorge of Samaria, which is the biggest gorge in all of Europe. So there's a lot of things you can do here, boat tours, you name it, farm visits, Greek dances. Crete has pretty much everything and is ideal for the traveler that wants to get an authentic Greek experience. So here you have the Kunosos Palace. This is considered to be the oldest city in Europe. Here you've got the Gorge of Samaria, the longest gorge in Europe. A tour that we really love offering to our active travelers is cycling in the White Mountains. It's a perfect experience. You've got the Zeus Cave of Zeus, Spinaloga, where they had the leopards. Stay here. In general, there's a lot to offer in Crete, and it's one of my favorites, and I suggest offering more than 3 to 5 days. I would say keep them there. Another good thing with Crete is that it connects well with Santorini. It's an 1.5 hour ferry ride. So if you plan on sending your clients to Santorini as well as a combination, they are perfect. They really connect well. Although they're in different island groups, this is the only 2 different island groups that actually connect well. So another island I wanted to talk about is Antiparous Island. Now, Antiparous is I would call it the a well-kept secret of Greece. This is a sister island with Paros. It's a 7-minute ferry ride to Antiparous. It's a perfect destination. It's ideal for families. Now, you see a lot of famous people here because it's literally a gem. It's not cheap. It's an expensive destination, although it's very remote. Basically, there's gorgeous beaches in Antiparous, very nice local taverns. There's nothing like 5-star Michelin restaurants or anything. But we see that every year more and more famous people visit this island because it's kept its authenticity. It's very close to Paros. It's not as popular because there's no direct ferry going here from Athens, let's say. The only way to get to Antiparous is from Paros. That's all. It's a 7-minute ferry ride. And one of my favorite properties to offer here is this one. This is my new obsession. It's called the Rooster. Again, it's great for families. Again, it's like small little bungalows here and there, close to the beach. And it's perfect for people that want to unwind. Of course, Antiparous has a vivid nightlife, but it's also very calm in the morning. And the proximity with Paros is another plus. I had a lot of clients staying in Antiparous and every night going to Paros or vice versa. So it's a good choice. It's not as crowded as Paros gets. So it's a good option to offer. And this property is perfect for anyone pretty much, especially for those that want to unwind. It's perfect. So one of my favorite islands in the Cyclades, Milos is getting very popular. One thing I love about Milos, besides the fact that it's gorgeous, and I'll tell you why, Milos is fairly spread out. So even if it has 100% occupancy, you will never realize it because it's spread out and you won't see a lot of crowds together like in smaller islands like Santorini, Paros, Mykonos, okay? So you never get the sense that you're surrounded by a lot of people. Milos, as Santorini, is also a romantic island, a volcanic island. If you can see here, this is the famous and most photographed beach in Greece. It's called Sarakiniko. These are the formations that are created from the volcano that erupted, and the formations are gorgeous. Here you've got the fishermen little houses. They used to be fishermen houses, but actually now a lot of them have become boutique little rooms, and they really get sold out. They're amazing, colorful, beautiful on the beach. And one of my properties, okay, so one thing about Milos before we get there, this island too has an airport. Again, not so many frequent flights, but it's nice. This is, I would say, mostly for honeymooners or couples. It's a very romantic island. It has a beautiful sunset, but the only problem here is that there are not a lot of properties, and they get sold out very early in advance. So, for example, if you want to book last minute in Milos, most likely you won't get the chance. There won't be any availability. One of the properties I work with, and it's personally one of my favorites, of course it's not for anyone because it's very isolated, is Kinopi Lodge. This is exactly what you see. It's like 4 of them together, and it's basically for people that want to pretty much be away from everything and have great views. The rooms are sensational, and so is the service. I think it's good to offer. I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with this place, but it's pretty amazing, and it gets sold out pretty quick. Something to have in your portfolio. It's great to offer. Other properties we sell in Milos are White Pebbles. Again, this is a new property, very good. We had very good feedback in 2022. Million Boutique Hotel and Spa, Salt, and there are a couple more that opened, and we really need to go back and have a look. But in general, they don't have a lot of properties. So if your clients are interested in booking, they should book in advance. So basically, these are the islands that I wanted to talk to you about today. These are islands that are getting very popular. They're different from Mykonos and Santorini, obviously. Mykonos and Santorini are always going to be a trend. It's not going to change. It never will. But it's always good to offer an alternative to your clients. For example, I like to, what helps me a lot, and I don't know if I should share this if you're interested, but what helps me a lot understanding what to offer in Greece. Like Greece again is a small country, and it can get very complex because you don't know what to offer, which island combinations. There's so many islands. What helps me a lot is three things: who, why, and where, and when. Sorry, who, why, and when. Who are you talking to? Why? It's not bad to ask. Why Greece? Why is Greece? Why is Greece on your bucket list? They might tell you, I've seen a lot of Instagramic pictures with the white and blue, so automatically you know that he wants to visit the Cyclades, or they want to. Someone told me, okay, I love history, and ever since I was young, you're going to send them to historical places like Athens, like Crete, maybe mainland. There's so many options. And a lot of agents might get, daunted, or they don't know how to sell the Ionian Islands or Milos, but, offering these places as a destination, can really help. And in many cases, a lot of clients, they don't know that Mykonos and Santorini, for example, they get very busy. So the when is very important. For example, if your clients want to go to Mykonos and Santorini in August, they should know that the winds are high, it's overcrowded, so it's good to offer an alternative. The when is also very important in Greece, because everybody thinks that we have sun all year round, and we do, but the thing is it gets chilly, and the smaller islands. So I had a request. She told me, I want to go February in a more remote island. These islands have a smaller season. You won't find availability in Milos in February, or Sipnos. They operate from mid-May and after, or sometimes in mid-April, but they have a smaller season. Okay, so who, why, and when. Who, we check out, who is this client? Who am I having in front of me? Why does he want to come to Greece? And when does he want to travel? I think those three questions are very important, especially when you're talking about Greece, when the options are endless.
Danae, you mentioned when, and a question that came in is are Paros and Antiparous, are they both windy islands?
Well, listen, the islands in the Cyclades in August, they tend to get windy. For example, today, as I told you before, Maggie, we had a ferry that was canceled, but this is October, right?
Right.
It's very windy. It can get very windy, but you can never predict this. Usually it happens in August. Other times it happens in September. It's I don't know if you've heard of the Meltemi. It's the period where the winds are very high, and it goes to the Cyclades, and it's in Paros, Naxos, Mykonos, Santorini, and all those islands. Okay. So it can get windy, but the best time to visit the Cyclades, in my opinion, is from May to end of July, and then September till the end of September. These are perfect months to travel here. You can be lucky, of course, and not get some winds in August, but it's very unlikely.
Okay, very good. Though I'm glad you brought it up, and it's a perfect question that we got from Amy Parker. So good, very good.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Danae? Because I think she has some more to share with us. This is all very good information.
I hope this is good information. Again, 7 steps for a perfect Greek getaway. It helps me a lot when you plan a trip to Greece. It's always good to meet the capital and get close to myths and legends. When I say this, I mean that it's always good to offer Athens as a destination. A lot of people are eager to go to the islands, but Athens for me is a must. It has everything. Athens, in my opinion, people should stay there at least for 3 days. If you see not only the capital, the city center, but if you go to the suburbs, this is a beautiful city. It has a lot to offer, from beaches, from amazing properties, history, food tours, everything. There's pretty much everything in Athens. So I would suggest a stop either way, just to see those monuments. And then, pick your islands, like I said, who, why, and when. pick your islands and go island hopping, immerse in nature and culture, include a day at sea, whether it's a catamaran, a speedboat, a rib boat. It's so nice to offer this to your clients, either to go around the island or experience other islands while they're traveling. Eat, drink where locals do. This is where your DMC is going to step up and give you recommendations of, non-touristy places and places that we actually recommend for our clients. Shop where local shops are. I mean, the experience is amazing. You don't need to overload the itinerary with experiences. Keep a free day for your clients so they can self-explore, speak with a local, eat from a local, go and shop in local shops. There's so many shops and souvenir shops and all kinds of shops all around Greece, and they're perfect. Don't miss out on the sunset. I guarantee you, Greece has so many beautiful spots. It's so worth looking at. And if you shake all these ingredients, you're going to get a perfect itinerary. So this is what I wanted to talk about. Another thing, the importance of a DMC, like we talked before, Mikey.
Yes.
The importance of a DMC. So a lot of agents, I understand they book directly, but like I said today, and I want to say this because, for example, due to the high winds, the ferry was canceled today. So we were informed at the last minute, and the clients were having breakfast, and I was informed that there was only one more ferry leaving that day from Paris to go to Santorini, and it was leaving in 30 minutes. And we managed to get the clients on the ferry within 30 minutes while they were having breakfast in Paros. So something like this needs immediate attention. And I don't know how an agent in the US would be able to manage with the time difference and with the speediness that a local expert would have. So, for me, it's priceless. And I think a lot of people should consider their local tour operators, DMCs, or anyone on ground, because it's the best way to go. And you have free time to focus on new sales and just leave the details with the experts. That's all I have to say.
That's great. No, I think that alone, that story is great because that's something that had to be addressed immediately
Yes.
on the fly. So thank you. Are there any other questions? You can type them in the chat or the Q&A box at the bottom. If you have any questions, all what has been sent is very helpful. And we did have a question about getting this in a PDF form, Danae. So I'm going to send that out with the follow-up once the recording's ready.
Sure.
Question is, can you do Greece with a modest budget and use a DMC?
Of course. And keep a high level of standard. That's what for us, like, okay, I'm someone that loves Greece a lot.
Can you tell?
You can tell. And I love all the islands because I believe that all the islands have something different to offer. I'll give you tricks as how to reduce the overall cost. For example, you have a client and they're honeymooners. I'm giving an example now. And they want to go to Mykonos and Santorini, but these islands combined can really increase the cost. We said a ballpark price is like 7,000 for a couple for a week, but it goes higher because they want a nicer room with how do you call it, the jet tub outside. Those cost even more. So you're talking about 10K and over. So how to reduce a cost? You can keep one of those big islands and add a more off the beaten path island. This will significantly lower the cost. For example, for honeymooners, I've also prepared another one. I love those small islands, and they do have a lot to offer because I've actually visited them myself. And, besides they have gorgeous properties, there's things to do. Offer a day tour, and then they can have a day to self-explore. We have a package with Milos Folegandros, which is barely known to anyone, and then with Santorini. These three islands connect perfectly. All these three islands are absolutely gorgeous and the most romantic islands in Greece. And the budget can get very reduced because Folegandros it's not very well known. And the prices are very good. So if you add an island like that, then your budget you're most probably going to meet your client's budget. And yes, we deal with those bookings a lot. I
Mhm.
have a lot of bookings with Sifnos, which I love, and I was there this year. Let me tell you, Sifnos has 3 amazing properties that you don't see everywhere. And it was to my surprise. I visited these properties. I stayed in one of those properties, and the experience was amazing. And there's also a lot of things to do there. Sifnos, for one, it doesn't have an airport. So you go there by ferry from Piraeus. You can start doing ceramics pottery with your family. You know how fun that experience is.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
It's a fun experience. Boat rides. We went to Milos and Poliegos with the rib boat. It was the most amazing experience I've had so far. You see remote islands and you swim in very clear blue waters. Fun day experiences. And then you've got the hotels that offer spas and everything. They have nothing to be like jealous for Mykonos and Santorini. It's a beautiful experience. And again, they cost less than a 5-star property in Mykonos and Santorini.
Well,
Okay.
I think everybody can tell, is that Danae is very creative and knows her stuff in Greece. So some things that I want to have a takeaway with her is about Travel Beyond Wellness. Danae and she is the DMC on the ground. I would tell you that this summer, when nobody was responding to people, they had partners they had used in the past at Greece, Danae was responding to everything. She is working 24 hours a day,
You know why?
very responsive.
It's the part where I said we're personal. If
Mhm.
if an agent has a request and the DMC takes forever to send a quotation,
Mhm.
what is the point? Why would I make my agent lose a client or a booking because I'm late? So
Right.
you need to be on top of things. And if you're late, because listen, the workload is really demanding this year. I didn't see this coming, Maggie.
I
It
know.
was so busy.
I don't think the advisor saw it. I mean, it's
You don't
been
understand. I
the
am booked
intensity is.
till end of December. I have
Mhm.
bookings coming in for New Year's. This is something that I see for the first time.
Mhm.
Because Greece, the end of season is October. And
Mhm.
so if you're late on responding, at least give them a 48-hour,
Mhm.
show that respect at least.
I
So
agree.
this
Well,
is
and
what
will
we
you
do.
go to the next slide, because I think you have your contact information on the next slide, and I will be sharing that
Sure.
with your with the follow-up as well. So this is how you can reach Danae. We did get one last question. How big is your team?
My team, we are
Mhm.
4 people right now. We
So
are
there's
4 people, but you need to understand we're growing and we're boutique. We're not going to take all bookings. We take a certain amount of bookings per month because we need to focus on clients traveling. And when
that's
I say
music to these
that,
agents' ears, I'm
yeah,
sure.
because you know what we do is that we monitor the services, and people don't understand what that means, but we mean that a day prior, for example, we see all the services for the next day, we monitor, so we make sure everything is right. That's why we don't have issues. We don't, because we're on top of things. And that's why agent that works with us, they really love us, and they send more business because of that. So we have a limit to the bookings we take. We are a full service agency, which means, we take everything from the moment the clients land in Greece till they leave, which, it includes accommodations, private transfers, experiences. We do everything: helicopters, yachts, local stuff.
Mhm.
We have handpicked guides, of course, domestic travel and VIP service at the airports. And of course, we have drivers on the ferries, so they make sure that they leave, because the ferry situation in Greece is very demanding. Another thing that we always offer, and this is very important, we might not belong in a consortia like Virtuoso, but we have very strong relations with all of our partners. This includes hotels, people on ground on the islands. And we have contracted rates. We never mark up hotels, for example. We get a good percentage and we give our agents, commission. We offer everything that Virtuoso offers in terms of amenities, except for the €80 credit, which sometimes we get for. This means we offer Early check-in, late check-out upon availability. Always breakfast is always included. We have a special note from the agent always upon arrival with a special, signature welcome drink and such. Wi-Fi, they have everything except for the credit, and sometimes we get that as well. So if
Awesome.
agents are scared that I don't belong to a virtuoso, that is not the case.
You've made your own, you've made your own, you created it yourself.
These people, like people, Cannabis, Andronis, Santa Marina, all these properties, we have a good connection. We've been working for so many years. I know them, and they know how I run my business. And that's why everybody, they take care of us, we take care of them. It's a two-way street, and we take care of our agents and of course the clients.
Okay, so two questions that I think you can answer kind of all together. First, what is a good month to send quotes, to request quotes when you're less busy? And also, would you work with the advisor and the client by phone?
We do that all the time. I have had advisors that are scared, that they're probably new advisors, and they ask me, they keep me on the thread with their clients, and I help out as much as I can. I've had clients asking me, please speak with the client and try to sell this, and we do that. We really help our agents. I didn't catch your first question, Maggie.
Since you've mentioned how busy you are, when's a good month to start, like requesting quotes when you're a little less busy? I don't know if you can predict that these days.
No. Well, I do the sales, so my girls deal with the clients while they travel.
Okay.
So I do quotes pretty much all day. So even if you send it now, you're going to get the quote tomorrow. So that's how quick we are.
So Maria, thank you. You can go ahead and send your quote.
Yes, we have your people request. Also assisting me with the quotes, and then I get a final approval, or we send them pretty fast.
You do. No, and that's everything we're hearing. Yeah.
The more information my get. I don't like to send cookie cutters. I can send you, I have sample itineraries I just designed over the weekend. Remember those? I was sending you them.
Yes.
That I think that will really work for agents to have something on their portfolio and present to their clients. I did this based on what I think is good for next year, but I don't want to send cookie cutters. The more information the agents give us in terms of their clients, anything that they're I don't know, they like good food, they like wine, what their expectations are. This is a very important question. What do you expect out of your trip? Okay. The why question, right? Why
I was going to say the why question. Why Greece, and why, why is it on their bucket list? So I think that's a very important question.
Yeah. The who, why, and when are the three questions you should ask and you can get all that information. The more information you need, I receive, the better chances I have of nailing the proposal. And usually I don't send more than 3 because I get it automatically. So we book right away.
Okay. Well, we do have one last question about how to work with a new agency. Danae is your contact. So you can reach out to Danae, and she will work with, she works with travel advisors only. So reach out to her via the contact details, and I will also include that too, so you don't have to worry about scribbling it down once the recording is ready. Or you can reach out to someone on our team, myself or Beatrice or Cheryl or Tara, and we would be happy to connect you with Danae and make the introductions. But yeah, as you can tell, Danae is very passionate about Greece, rightfully so. It's a stunning destination. And she's happy. She's so incredibly helpful and responsive. So please reach out to us. And Danae, thank you for calling in. We appreciate it. And thank you for sharing some of these great options for 2023, as well as just being a great resource for this very, very popular destination. I think you're going to see a lot of U.S. travelers again next year.
Oh, that's for sure. We're already halfway there, believe me.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope it was helpful.
Extremely helpful. I learned a lot, as I always do when I speak with you. So I know everybody here had some great questions. So thank you everyone for your time, and excellent questions. And I hope to have the recording to you for tomorrow, if not Monday. So just sometimes there's I had a little trouble with Zoom today. So sometimes it just gets a little funky and takes a second. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Danae. Have a nice evening. I'm sure you're going to be, tearing up the internet with more quotes as we speak after we hang up. But thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon and talk to you soon.
Thank you. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.